How are you all? Okay. So, எதுக்காக இன்னைக்கு மீட் பண்ணுறோம் தெரியுமா? Just the final, pay off or send off, whatever you can. And இப்போ வந்து last 2 months, correct? 2 months. Okay, super. Last 2 months you have been into a kind of phase. Now you are in the final leg. So we can put it like this. So you are at the battle. So war is in the front. So you are the frontline warriors. And the opponent is ICI. Got it? And whatever strategies, etc. and all, now only you should plan. It's not that you go to the exam hall and you plan there. No, it will definitely not gonna happen that way. So you have to plan now itself well and good, so that you will be able to perform and give your best in that 3 hours. So because how many hours that you have spent, irrespective of that, it will be tested in 3 bloody hours. Agreed? So your months and months of effort, your years and years of effort, everything will be put to test in just 3 hours. In that 3 hours, what you are going to do? So that's the final. That's the game. Correct? So for that, what we should do? And what are all the things that we need to keep in mind? So let's keep it like this. 10 commandments. 10 commandments for success in CA exam. The first and foremost thing that you all should focus is on the presentation. Presentation plays a key role because the evaluator don't know who you are, which attempt you are writing. He don't know whether you are male or female or some other gender. So what he knows is your answer sheet. Your answer sheet, even he don't know whether you are a school topper or college topper, whether you scored rank in foundation or intermediate, they don't know anything about you. Just your answer sheet. Your answer sheet will be the mirror of your performance. So there you should be presenting superbly. So what are all the ways in which we can do exceptional presentation? For example, let's start with the practical subjects. Practical subjects, so can you remember all these things in your mind? You want to note down? Okay, fine. I'll ask our team to record it and put it in the YouTube channel. Okay. So first thing, presentation when it comes to practical papers. Every computation, you need to give a proper heading. Proper heading, for example, you are doing some computation related to, some calculation. For example, costing you take. In costing, you are doing some computation. What you will do, you will put a table. But on both the table, what is that you are going to do? That you need to write one line. So let it be taxation or costing or accounting, everywhere, wherever practical things that you are doing. For example, even in GST, computation of value of taxable supply, or computation of gross GST payable, or income tax, your computation of income under the head PGBP. So some heading should definitely be there, so that you need to give. Thereafter, every computation that you do in the calculator, for example, 1 lakh into 2%, that 1 lakh into 2% you have to write there. So what we do is that we just do 1 lakh into 2%, final one number we will get, and that alone we will put. No, don't do that. Write the entire thing. Got it? Then when it comes to, approach for theory papers. Theory papers, always you should remember that you are like the lawmaker. So step into the shoes of the lawmaker. And you have to give them the clarity. First, what is the reference that we are referring to? Which act? Section numbers? Good that if you remember. If you don't remember, don't write the section number. But remember that not to write the wrong section number. Got it? So section numbers you should not write wrongly. So don't quote the wrong section numbers. Quote the correct section numbers. If you don't know, better always it is there as per the provisions of so and so act, or as per the provisions of so and so law. Nothing wrong in that. And your focus should not be more on remembering the section numbers, but it should be more on remembering the provision. Section number is correct, but inside the provision you messed up. Waste, no? So therefore provision you need to focus more. So let it be law or DT, IDT or audit. So because in audit also you have to apply the standards on auditing, and wherever possible this accounting standards and auditing standards you connect, because in accounting subject you will get question on accounting standards, auditing definitely you will get. So it's all about the art of connecting. So if you are able to write properly the auditing standard or the accounting standard, connect and explain, definitely that will be brownie points for you. Okay. And presentation is very, very important, and thereafter continuing to this first point, that is presentation only. Whenever you are writing some keywords, ensure that you are underlining then and there. Don't think first I will write, thereafter I will come and do the underlining. No, you are writing something and you feel like it is important, you underline there itself. And as you are not supposed to write in two different colors, only black pen is allowed. That too in black pen, how can you distinguish? Through underline or write in capitals. Suppose you want to stress something, write it in capital letters. So when you are writing in capital letters, that will be different. Okay. For example, in strategic management. In strategic management you will write something, but certain words you wanted to highlight. So that highlighted words, to be highlighted words, so that you put it in capital letters. Say you are writing something and you need to talk about Porter's 5 forces model. In that Porter's 5 forces model or something like product differentiation, like that you are writing. So product differentiation you write in capital letters, like that. In theory, wherever you are writing theory, ensure that this underlining and this capital letters, use that to create a distinction. And then question number, please write separately in the middle of the page. Don't write it in the margins. So write in the middle of the page, because what happens is that your answer sheet will get scanned, and that scanned answer sheets will be sent for evaluation. So it so happens that the margin may sometime get cut. So write in the middle of the page, answer to question number 3A, answer to question number 3B, in the middle of the page you start. And every answer, every part of the answer, try to start in the fresh page. 3A, new page, 3B, 4A, 4B, 4C, everything should be in a new page. It's okay, because ICA is having lot of money. You don't have to save their answer sheets and create some reserves or revenue for them. Already you are paying, it is your money only. So you paid exam fees, na? So that you have been paying for last 3 attempts. Okay, this time, so buy 3 get 1 free, like that. We don't have any offers, no? Correct? So therefore, every attempt you have to pay, and it is your money only. So don't compromise with respect to the answer sheet and all. Moreover, in CA exam, attend like this additional sheets etc. and all, no one will take, because booklet itself is enough. In 3 years, if you fill that booklet, you are great. So therefore, write every answer in a new page. Okay. So first point is presentation. Second, is it accuracy or speed? Which is important? Accuracy. It's not speed. When it comes to practical subjects, we all make this mistake. In theory papers, speed is important, but in practical papers, accuracy is important, because in practical papers there is a waterfall effect. What is that waterfall effect? When you make a mistake in one place, so that will fall till the end, and because of which, even though they give step marks, but you will not get full marks. This waterfall effect is so dangerous in practical papers. So there it is not speed, it is the accuracy. Whereas theory papers, it is the speed, because in the given time you have to complete it. You got it? Then third, about your eating habits. So what kind of food you should eat till the time you complete your exams? No to junk foods. Seriously, I am telling you, no to junk foods, because when you start eating these junk foods, which takes lot of time to digest, or some foods, different foods like biryani or something high, don't take all those foods, because something happens, like some stomach upset or diarrhea or some issue. Again, to bounce back to the flow, it will take 4-5 hours. Some kind of disturbance, you will not be able to properly sit and study. So this exam time is so precious. Every minute counts. So therefore, have proper food, and before the exam, don't have heavy food, because psychologically they kept the time as 2 to 5. They know that 2 to 5 is a time where our metabolism is such that our mind will be off during that time, correct? So that's why please ensure that you are eating little and going to the exam. Maybe one chapati or little bit of rice, okay, enough. So don't have heavy lunch. Finish the exam, come and have the heavy meal, it's okay. Because again you have a break for next one day, thereafter only the exam will be there. So that's not at all a problem. Because moreover, when you are hungry little bit, so your mind will work sharply, because the furious will come and definitely your mind will work so good, but it should not be like completely don't skip the food and go, otherwise you will not be able to. And then carry some coffee bite, chocolates, etc. to the exam hall. So just have it and then you write whenever you feel like you feel like dizziness, etc. and all, because it will have some sugar element, plus at the same time so little bit of caffeine also will be there. So carry that coffee bite chocolate or some coffee based chocolates, okay. And water, have plenty of water, as much as you can. Minimum to minimum you should be drinking 4 liters during the time, because our brain consumes lot of water during your preparation. So have full water content, it's okay. Moreover, one more advantage is there. When you drink too much of water, you will go for washroom frequently. It's like you will not get the boredom, or you will not sleep also. So because you will be active, minimum in a day like 6 times you are going to the washroom and coming, good only. So that at least you are walking little bit and you will not sleep. Then how many hours should we sleep? 6 hours at a stretch, not the broken sleep, like 4 hours, then I will get up, I will read, then again I will read for 2 hours, again sleep. No, not like that. At a stretch, a human brain needs 6 hours of sleep, whether it is exam day or non-exam day, whatever it may be. 6 hours at a stretch, keep that in mind, because end of the day the pressure you should be able to handle. Then finally, so this should I read in the night times or should I read in the morning times? There is no hard and fast rule like that. Whichever your body feels like, you do that, okay. And it's not like night time only you need to read or mornings only you need to read when you are in the exams. Whichever time your body feels, yes. Because usually I observe a lot of students, what they do, for example, today accounts exam got over and evening they will come, have full heavy lunch, and then they will sleep for at a stretch up to somewhere like 2 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock, like that they will sleep. Somewhere like 7 o'clock they will start, they go up to 6 o'clock like that and all, they will not sleep. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock or 3, they will get up and they will start preparing. So that's also effective. Early to bed and early you can wake up. Or no sir, my body will not work out like that. No, I wanted to have good sleep and sleep in the 9 o'clock. There is no hard and fast rule. Anything which you are comfortable with, you do that way, okay. Then the third aspect which I wanted to tell you is that resources. Whenever you are reading new books, don't do that. This is not the time. Don't read any new book. Don't read any new soft copy PDF, something which people share. Last minute what they will do, so this notes is good, like that they will share. These are the expected questions, definitely this time it will come, like that they will share. No, all that thing should have happened already, not this time. So this one day before the exam and just before the exams, you should not read anything new. The only formula is revision, 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 revision. You have to revise what you already know. Not that you are learning something new. If you are learning something new, don't do that. Rather spend that time on revising the existing, what you know. Sir, what if I have not learned anything? It's okay. May attempt is there. Correct. So at this point of time, you should not tell, like I have not read anything. You would have definitely read. You focus on what you have read rather than reading something new. So revision is the art here. The key for success is revision, completely nothing else, because it helps you. Sitting in the exam hall, seeing the question, your mind will be completely blank. It happens, every time it happens, okay. So when you sit in the exam, hall, before receiving the question paper, up to that point of time you feel like gone, I don't remember anything. But the moment you see the question paper, it will push and come. So that's because of the effort what you have made. Not necessarily that entire book you need to recollect immediately, but when you see the question, are you able to do that? If you can achieve that. And when you do revision, no, miracle do happen that suddenly that page will flash in your mind. It happened for me many times, and it happened for many students. That's the reason why I always tell, so when you are revising the same page at least 10 times, you will know what information is there, what is the image, what is the font. To that extent you will remember. Mainly it will be helpful for subjects like tax and law, because that numbers less than or equals to 50,000, 5,000, or is it like less than 5,000. So those places and all it will be working out. Even percentages wherever it is there, it will be helpful for that reason. Okay. Next. Thereafter, MCQs. When it comes to MCQs, please read the question carefully, because ICA will play with the words. They will play with the words. So, which of the following is not correct? Which of the following is not true? Directly they can ask which of the following is false, but they will ask which of the following is not true. So, therefore, true, like that we will be searching. So, they will confuse you. Don't just skip the words. Read each and every word carefully and then answer. And MCQs are actually the area where it is like hit or miss. Either you will get mark or you will not get mark. Descriptive part, at least you will get some marks, but MCQ is not like that. That's the reason why ensure that you are properly reading and answering, and don't judge your gut feeling telling, okay, this option is correct. No guessing game, nothing of that sort. When you do some working, you will get an answer, and that answer will be there in the option. But don't just think that is correct answer. You got it? That answer might be wrong. So think twice or thrice. Suppose you are not able to point out the option, proper option, leave that MCQ. Because what ICA will do, wantedly they will give wrong options. All 4 options will be wrong options only. They will do, because they wanted you to waste your time. So because last time it happened like that, none of the options are correct, answer is not correct. So then you would have wasted lot of time over there. If you don't know, leave it, it's okay. But you have to proceed and complete the other questions. Then, time management. How much time we need to devote? First 15 minutes, you have a question paper reading time. In that first 15 minutes question paper reading time, don't read the questions thoroughly. But rather every question will have a requirement. You are required to compute so and so. Every question will have a requirement. Just that requirements you see. So you know what you need to do. So in that 15 minutes, because what will happen in that 15 minutes, when you start reading one question in detail, it so happens that psychologically you feel like, okay, I don't know this, and this time I will not be able to clear. Because always sitting in the exam hall, you will think of, definitely this time I will not clear. You have to overcome that. And sitting in the exam hall, you feel like, okay, fine, this time I did not prepare well, because you will not have confidence on yourself. We are idiots. What to do? Our human brain is like that. Actually, no, the villain is not outside, the villain is inside. Our human brain itself is our villain, and it will tell, okay, leave this time, this attempt, next day onwards, we should go and take books, start reading like that and all, it will tell. But no, that particular moment you should not give up. So you have to do something, and don't listen to your brain. So 15 minutes, just see the requirements. Now you will know what are all the questions you need to do. Then half an hour should not be more than like half an hour for MCQs, because MCQs are time eaters. 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, not more than that. You just keep like a timer, watch or some way, 30 minutes, not more than that. Max 5 minutes extra, grace time. By the time you need to complete. You have not completed, leave it and go to the descriptive part. After doing the descriptive part, then again if time permits, you come back to this. Otherwise, it's okay. And question number 1, please write at the end. You understood the order? First 30 minutes, MCQs. Next 2 hours, question number 2 to question number 6. Any 4 questions. Okay. And last question number 1. Because question number 1 is a compulsory question. All the adjustments they will keep in that question number 1 only. Correct? If you do it in the beginning, it will take 45 minutes to 1 hour, plus MCQs will take 1 hour. There itself time is over. But how many marks you have written for 2.5 hours? 30 marks MCQ plus 14 marks. Correct? 44 marks. But that 44 marks, there is no guarantee that you will get good marks. But the remaining 56 marks is there na. In that 56 marks, there is a guarantee that 25 marks at least we will get. You got it here. So that's the reason why first half an hour MCQs. Next 2 hours. In the 2 hours, 4 questions you need to write. Thereafter, if you squeeze the time there, it's good. It is a carry forward effect for the question number 1 compulsory question. Just ensure that you are managing your time like this. Okay. Then next, whenever you are revising now, 1 day before the exam, don't solve each and every question, but cover more number of questions by way of marking down the important adjustments. Like for example, there are some 10 questions. You cannot do 10 questions, but in the 10 questions some important adjustments will be there. That adjustments alone you just check once. You got it? Because you know the format, you know the presentation, but you all require to know the important critical adjustments which will be usually asked. And either you do revision through theory or you can do through problems, anyway which you are comfortable. For example, financial management if you take, there is like this working capital management. In that working capital management, so if you read the theory, formulas etc. and all presentation, it's of no use. Rather you know the problems, directly you see, randomly you see which and all problems. And RTP questions. RTP questions are the areas which will be directly lifted and it will be asked in exam. So RTP questions you need to focus. It's not past exam questions, it is RTP questions. MTP questions are actually copy from RTPs and past exam only. MTP is not the criteria. This time, last minute purpose. Just the RTP questions alone you see once and you go, that is sufficient. Okay. So fine, we covered everything. Yes. And 1 day before the exam, plan it properly and execute it. There will be lot of resources before you. This book, that book, that book. No. First eliminate everything. One book. Only one book. And that one book should be some summary book. That summary book first you should complete, or some revision book. Any one book. Because when you see everything, when you read this, you feel like, okay, that book we need to cover some chapter. Like that, you will be jumping into books. Don't do that. Just fix on one book. You are going to read from that book itself. And what you do, these important adjustments and all are there, that alone you take a sheet and you write down all the important adjustments, and exam day morning you just go through that sheet. What are all the important adjustments like that, because 1 day you will sit and prepare, at that time important adjustments, all those things you write in white paper. So next day morning when you get up at 7 o'clock for your exam, you just go through that once again. Got it? So these are the points which you need to keep in mind for the effective presentation and success in exam. Got it? Again, so will this work, sir? Ultimately, it's all about your effort only. It's not that if you follow all these things only it will work. There should be some stuff inside. It is like a wrapper is good, but inside content is not there, means now what is the use of it? Correct? So a book is not known by its wrapper. A book is known by the stuff inside. Correct? So all these things what I told you is the wrapper, but inside something should be there in your mind. So then only the result will come. Got it? And ensure that Jan 26 is our golden attempt. It's do or die situation. It's now or never situation, because we don't know in future how the exams are going to be. As far as I know, there are a lot of students who are being cleared in the last 1 year. So therefore, 2026 and 27, I don't know how the pass percentage will be, but I can pretty much sure tell that Jan 26, it will be little liberal only as far as I know. Even though the paper is difficult, for example, accounts superbly you wrote, law you wrote, but law paper was difficult. Don't give up, it's okay, you continue. Like last time law paper was difficult, so my score was also less. This time also it will happen like that. No, not necessary. The paper may be difficult, the evaluation may be easy. The paper may be easy, the evaluation may be difficult. You don't know. Till the time you see the result, you don't know. So don't judge in the middle itself. If you are applying for both the groups, write both the groups. If you have applied for single group, write all the 3 papers. Don't quit in the middle. Okay? Fine. Finally, all the very best. My prayers are always there for you. And I don't know about others. I will always pray for all. But in particular for you extra, one more flower that you attended power prep batch, so selfishness also will be there. Na? So like our students first, other students next like that. Okay. So therefore my prayer is always there. Don't give up. Put all your efforts. All the very best from the bottom of my heart. Okay.